You. Check the backer.
Gun.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching's
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First down there on a pickup of 25. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Now it's Newton. And this one's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. That one complete to Yeldon. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now Cam, option left. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Now Gurley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
To throw on second down, Moran. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Here we go. 58 for Mike.
Operating from the gun. Moran going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a 1st down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can...
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Dante Fowler has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return is Jones. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's second down.
Set the tone, defense.
Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw on third down, Moran. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Looking to throw. Moran. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Gurley. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Moran. And he'll find Everett there, complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Bills on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. He can't hit.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's Jones on the return. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You got nothing today.
They run. It's Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They fake the give. Newton. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Jones. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Forced out to his left, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Moran. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break, Newton. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first. Play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Newton on first down. Looking downfield for Dez. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Hardy Nickerson there to make the tackle.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Jones on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He finds Yeldon. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Newton. He completes it to Jones. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. It's a very short kick, taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 10-yard line. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
20. Great.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the screen.
Go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. This complete to Jones. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Zerline now for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo, 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Davis. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Ready, ready. Gives it 50. Check my 50. Hey, defense. Great.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton and the grab by Croft. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Newton. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Aaron Donald. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Newton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Wheel. Go to base. Watch the slant.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.